Another week in another Guy Ritchie movie. It wasn't long ago that I watched Operation Fortune, which was a fantastic film, but I didn't review it. But I am reviewing this Guy Ritchie movie for you, and this is called The Covenant. Set in Afghanistan during the latter days of America's involvement over there after the 9/11 bombings. Shortly, a couple of years before they drew out, it's set. But let's talk about this movie. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and welcome to my review for this here new Guy Ritchie movie, The Covenant. Rated R for violence, language and brief drug use. Running at just a little over 2 hours, 2 hours and 4 minutes I believe. The film was made on a $55 million budget and was directed by Guy Ritchie, obviously. It was written by Guy Ritchie along with Mon Davis, Ivan Atkinson. With a musical score by Christopher Banstead, who has worked with Guy Ritchie on films like Operation Fortune, Wrath of Man, The Gentleman, and a wealth of other movies. The film stars Jake Gyllenhaal as Sergeant John Kinley, Dar Salim as Ahmed, an Afghan interpreter. Johnny Lee Miller makes an appearance a few times throughout the film as Colonel Volks, and Anthony Starr plays a character called Eddie Parker, who's another military individual over in Afghanistan. More of a sort of private hire contractor type. So this film here, this film, to keep the plot brief, it's basically about this interpreter who's been brought into Jake Gyllenhaal's Sergeant John Kinley's group of individuals. They kind of get ambushed. John Kinley gets injured and it's up to his interpreter to have to take him on foot, basically drag him across the mountains of Afghanistan, no food, no water, to get him to safety, to save his life. And then when John Kinley is well and better, he comes to find out that Ahmed hasn't been brought to America like the Americans had promised would happen to these interpreters, but instead he's over there in hiding with a big bounty on his head, and he has to go back into Afghanistan to locate him, to save him, and to bring him out, and to make good on America's promise of giving him and his family entry into America with a visa and all this sort of stuff. Because as we know, when America left Afghanistan in 2021, I believe it was, they'd made all these promises to these interpreters to help them, to get them out of the country, to give them these visas and new life in America, and they didn't come through on that promise. They left them stranded out there, and they've all had to go into hiding because with the Taliban seizing back control of Afghanistan, these people have all got death sentences on them essentially, and this film is a voice for those people. This film is a dig at America essentially for what they have done. So this film here, it's, you know, I really enjoyed this film. I really enjoyed it. Now, films that are generally set in Afghanistan, in Iraq, you know, during those sort of times, don't really, they can take them or leave them, that sort of a film. So I went into this with a bit of apprehension, but I came out of it thoroughly enjoying it, and possibly it could fall within my top 10 movies of the year. It's that good. The film is well shot, it's well executed, it's tense from beginning to end. Most of the characters that are in the forefront, I say all the characters in the forefront of the film, are very well rounded, well developed. Jake Gyllenhaal gives a fantastic performance as Sergeant John Kinley. Dar Salim as Ahmed actually steals the film, I would say. He's brilliant in this role. Great to see Johnny Lee Miller again in something. I like Johnny Lee Miller. And Anthony Starr as Eddie Parker, who I know as Homelander from The Boys. Again, fantastic to see him in a different role and possibly opening the door for me to go and visit him playing other parts. Banshee, the TV show, what is it like? But anyway, so this film here, well edited, well shot, well crafted, great characters, great action when it's needed in the film, and with a great score by Christopher Banstead, who I said has worked with Guy Ritchie many a time on films previously. So for me, this was a fantastic, tense action movie with a point, with a message, shaming what America has done, essentially. What America has done, not the individuals within and the individuals that have gone out there and fought, but, you know, what the bureaucracy of the United States has caused and left these people behind. Yeah, a wonderful film, well worth your time. If this is a film you've seen, then let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, this is AJ. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care and goodbye.